Most people don't fail because they started something and messed it up. They fail because they just don't actually start. They sit there and they wait and wait and wait and wait, and nothing actually changes. The funnier part about this is most people typically know what they already need to do, they just don't do it. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that idea and that mindset today. But first things first, this channel is new, so if you find this content relatable or entertaining, whatever, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's free, and I'd love to grow this into something significant that inspires people to use their voice just like I'm using mine. So first things first, you're waiting for the right time. There's never going to be a right time, especially as you get older. Things just get even harder. So the best time to start is right now. You're waiting for your life to be less busy, not going to happen. You're going to be waiting for the right time when you feel ready, not going to happen. You're going to wait until things are a little bit more clear, or you're going to have a lot more clarity, not going to happen. Clarity comes when you actually start taking actions. Just like everything else, you need to just start, okay? Once you start, you're going to find something that resonates with you, and you're going to actually make the time for it. Like I said, you think you need more clarity, you actually just need to take action so you get some type of upward momentum. People think they need to think through everything or figure everything out before actually starting, but the clarity comes after you take the action. When you're sitting there coming up with the goals that you actually want to achieve, worry about the end goal first and then start taking small little actions that come to mind immediately to see if that's something you can just stick with and actually get to your end goal. We've talked about this before. The faster you find something that resonates with you, the faster you're going to find something that you're going to be able to stay consistent with. Consistency beats everything. It beats, consistency beats everything. It beats just taking, actions that you're not going to be able to stick with. If you wake up and you want to lose weight one day, okay, well, cutting out bad food like French fries every day will help you actually stay consistent to a cleaner diet, and it's going to get you closer to your goals. If you want to have a large investment portfolio, if you stay consistent and invest the same amount of money every single week, well, your daily cost averaging is going to beat, you know, whether you invest every other week or once a month. It's statistically proven. Or if you wake up and you want to be a better wife, husband through XYZ, if you consistently do little things over time and show your significant other that you actually care, you will become the better father, husband, wife, whatever it may be, with consistency over time. It just takes that time and that first step to actually getting started. At first, you're going to be afraid of doing whatever it is wrong, but it doesn't matter. You're going to sit there and you're going to wait until it feels safe so you can start. It's never going to feel safe. You need to just start. Failure, judgment, fear of wasting time, it's all going to hold you back. But guess what? Failure, fear of judgment, fear of wasting time, it's all fuel that you can use to actually learn, to grow, and move your life in the direction that you want it to move in. You underestimate how long things are going to actually take most of the time in conjunction with this. So you have the fact that you need more clarity. You have the fact of, you're afraid of doing something wrong or messing up. But once you start figuring certain things out, you actually underestimate how long it's going to take. And then when you realize, wow, this is taking really long, you're probably going to stop. So when you sit down with a goal or an idea, make sure you try to be realistic about what you're setting out to achieve. Most people think they have more time than they actually do, but time slips, everything takes a lot longer, and unexpected things are going to pop up as you're going down the path of whatever you're trying to achieve. For example, If you want to save $100,000 or invest $100,000 and you tell yourself it's going to take me 3 years, that's $33,333.33 every single year. That's a decent amount of money for a lot of people, especially if you're single and living off on your own, unless you live a very frugal lifestyle. If you are doing that, you might have unexpected expenses pop up that might derail you. So while you could plan originally for it to be 3 years, tell yourself it's going to take you 4.5 or 5, and still act like you're trying to do it in 3. So if it doesn't happen in 3, it happens in 4, you still set yourself up for success. It's all about the mindset and the planning. If you give yourself a little bit of margin, you avoid beating yourself up when you don't meet that original date. It's as simple as that. It's changing your way of thinking and the way you process things. Okay? But you need to start planning for those things now, because waiting is actually a decision too. Not starting is still a decision that just keeps everything the same. So if you want to invest $100,000 and you tell yourself it's going to take 5 years, that doesn't mean wait a year to actually start. Start today, whether it's $1, $2, or $100, whatever it may be. Starting is the only way that things will actually change. If you wait to start, your life is just going to slip right in front of your eyes. Nothing changes until you do. You don't need the perfect time. You don't need the perfect plan. You just need to start moving towards whatever it is that you actually want to move towards. And this could be different for a lot of people, and it could include a lot of different things. Looking back on my life, I was caught in a very unhealthy cycle of being with the wrong partner. I was attracting partners that had emotional baggage, not that I didn't have any of my own, but looking back on things, I stayed in situations a lot longer than I should have, which hurt myself and the other person. But that's what this is all about, growth. As long as you realize that and stop doing it and prevent yourself from falling into that cycle and trap in the future, you are growing. Moral of that is, I wasted 2.5, okay, I don't want to say I wasted 2.5 years of my life, because I learned and I grew from those experiences. But I think I could have gotten the same lessons in a shorter amount of time if I actually acted on the way that my body was responding to things and my mind was actually responding to things. And instead of it being a year, it was 2.5. And like I said, it hurt myself and it hurt other people. So the faster you realize something's not working, or you need to take action, or you need to make a plan, you need to just do it. And that looks like setting a date for yourself, or setting some type of hard deadline, or whatever it may be, to actually execute whatever it is. If you've made it this far, thank you. I do appreciate it. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is a new channel, and I would love to grow it into something significant that actually motivates people and inspires people to talk about whatever their life lessons are, or whatever they've noticed in their years of existence, to potentially help others. It's exactly why I'm doing this. I never really had a ton of direction, and I've been figuring a lot of stuff out as I go myself. And by no means am I any expert, but I do think in my almost 30 years of life, I've learned a lot of valuable life lessons living on my own, being in certain types of relationships, friendships, career, etc. Thank you.